Here's a story. Once there was a Jew that was very poor. He needed 5,000 rubles to marry his daughter off. So someone suggested that he should go to a big tzaddik. And I have to admit that I forgot the name of the tzaddik, but I think that it was Rabbi Yisrael of Ruzhin, I think. In any case, he went to the big tzaddik and he poured out his heart that he needs 5,000 rubles for his daughter's wedding. And the tzaddik said, absolutely no problem whatsoever. And he took out, I thought, well, this is amazing. I was so happy that the man, he took out a pouch and he counts out 5 rubles. 5 rubles. So he looks at the Rebbe looks at him, big smile. And, what's he want to say? Rebbe, I said 5,000. After he said, the Rebbe repeated after him. I should have said that in the story. So, Rebbe, I need 5,000 rubles. The Rebbe said, 5,000? 5,000? No problem. And he counts out 5 rubles, 5 coins. So the man thinks to himself, probably the Rebbe is trying to test me to see, if I'm going to be miserable, if I'm going to be disappointed, if I don't trust in God. Takes the 5. Thank you very much, Rebbe. He leaves. He's walking away from the Rebbe. He gets about a half an hour away from the Rebbe's place. He has to walk back home. It's like a 3-4 hour walk. And suddenly he sees one of the Chassidim running after him, the Rebbe's Chassid. He says, oh, that's it. The Rebbe is going to give me all the money I need. The Rebbe said, excuse me. You were just by the Rebbe. Yes, he gave you money. Yes, the Rebbe made a mistake. Said, right. He said, he gave you too much. Give me back. He wanted to give you only 2. So he took 2. Now he takes back 3 of the 3 rubles, whatever it is. And now this fellow only has 2 rubles. He's walking along the road thinking to himself, what am I going to do with 2 rubles? I haven't got any money. Suddenly he sees these 3 Gentile boys standing on the side, young, how do you say, hoodlums standing on the side. They have a little fire burning. It's a sort of a cold day, standing by the fire, and he thinks, oh, what's going to be now? These guys are going to beat me up. Who knows? They see I'm a Jew, So they come over and say, hey, Jew, hey, you want to buy a wallet? I said, what? He says, you want to buy a wallet? I said, a wallet? He said, take a look. Look at this wallet. And so he looks at the wallet. It's really, really nice, right? He opens it up, and there's these bills in it, like German marks or whatever. Each one of them is like 1,000 marks or something. Each one of them is worth 1,000 rubles or something. 1,000 rubles. So he looks inside. There's like 10, 15 of these. So I said, oh, the pictures. The boys said, the pictures, you can take the pictures also. He says, really? How much do you want for this purse? They had found the purse. It was laying on the ground. They found it. They said, 5 rubles. 5 rubles, you can take the pictures and the purse and everything. So he thinks, oh man, this is awful. I just had 5 rubles. And he took it back, What am I going to do? He says, well, they said, what's your problem? He says, I don't have 5 rubles. I have 2 rubles. So the boys look at each other and says, you know what? You can take the pictures for 2 rubles. Take the pictures. He said, really? He says, yeah. And so he takes the marks, and they're the same picture. The same picture. Well, who wants the same picture over and over? They picture some ugly guy, So they take the mark. They don't know what that's worth anything. They don't know what it's worth. They just see words written in, they're Ukrainian or whatever they are. And there's words written in regular Latin language. So he takes the pictures, gives them the 2 rubles, and he walks away, and he's happy. As he's walking, this huge carriage comes racing. He sees it coming toward him. He walks over to the side of the road and hides, presses himself against some tree or something. And the big carriage goes by, and the driver yells out, you dirty Jew, get out of the way. So he doesn't know what's going on. He keeps walking. He goes home. He tells his wife, he counts the money. There's 20,000 rubles worth. So his wife said, listen, maybe the money was stolen. Maybe they stole the money. You got to go back to the Rebbe and tell him, don't take the money with you. Leave the money here, but go back to the Rebbe and tell the Rebbe that you found this money. Maybe it's a stolen money. Maybe it was stolen from he can find who it was stolen from. He says, okay. So he goes back Next day he goes, the man walks back to the Rebbe, 3 hour walk, 4 hour walk, walks back. On the way, who does he see? The boys, the hoodlums that sold him the purse. And they're standing there. One has his head bandaged, the other one is on crutches, the other one has a big cast on his arm. They're all bruised up. He said, "What happened?" He said, "Oh, you're the one that bought the pictures." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Wow, wow, 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 wow. Are you lucky?" He said, "Right after you left, as the count came, the count, the duke, whatever, the baron came with this big, and he said, 'Did you see my purse?' I said, 'Well, the fact is that I lost the purse. Did you see my purse?' The fact is that about a half an hour before this, as soon as you left, the a few minutes before the carriage arrived, the count arrived. So we got into a fight over we had 2 rubles and we had the purse. So one of us said, 'You take a ruble, I'll take the purse.' We said, 'No, the purse is worth more.' We got into a fight over the purse, and the purse fell into the fire. And it fell into the fire. And in the fire, it got all wrecked up. It got burnt. As soon as it fell into the fire and we saw it burning up, that's when the carriage arrived. And the count, the baron, whatever, he jumped off. He said, 'Did you see my purse? Where's my purse?' And he looked in the fire. He said, 'That's my purse. My purse. You threw my purse in the fire with all my money.' And he started to beat us. And he told his driver to beat us. And they beat us. It was terrible. Look, it broke my arm. It broke this. Suddenly, this Chassid realized what was going on over here. If he would have had the 5 rubles, he would have bought the purse, and the baron would have beat him up, right? He would have seen these boys, and the boys would have said, 'We just sold the purse to that Jew.' He would have beat the Jew up and taken all the money. But instead, he gave 2 rubles so that the Jew took only the money, and he got the money. When he went to the Rebbe of Ruzhin, he told him, he said, 'No, the money is all yours. It belonged to the count. The count is an evil person. The money all belongs to you.' So sometimes we see that what seems to be not what we want is even better than what we could have possibly desired. And so it is also with the terrible exile that we're in. Even though it seems that it's totally not what we want, but somehow or other we will reveal that it's even better than our most amazingly positive dreams of how the world is supposed to be. Have a good day with Mashiach now.